Look how she looking at
I
you.
know, like, whatever. It's like, idiot.
Like, where are my students? All that noise and ruckus.
Silent lunch.
You got it all planned out.
Already focused.
Family, we're excited that you have tuned in, stay tuned in, are tuned in. We are here with Akilah, and she believes in multi-sensory type stuff, feeling and licking and sniffing, yes, especially
Hearing.
sniffing. That too.
Touching.
That's what she does.
See.
Yeah. Multi-sensory. She's a multitasker of sensory expressions.
So I'm having sensory overload from this conversation.
You're gonna learn today. Okay. Akilah, introduce yourself to the people, for those that are just tuning in.
My name is Akilah. Do I have my age?
No.
Your social security number, bank account, address.
I'm Akilah. I'm a teacher, and I create multisensory learning activities for kids.
Yay. And you have examples.
Yeah, this is my
books.
letter book, and it comes with some letter sounds and pictures.
So each parent would get one of these
Yes.
for their students. So we've got an alphabet letter mat. Let our viewers see. For those of you that have not been educated in the arts of alphabets, here is a sensory book created by Akilah. These are licking sticks.
No, those are pictures that you match the letter with the pictures,
picture.
like the sound.
But if you want to lick them, I guess you can.
Okay.
Okay. Excellent. And then trace. We're tracing.
Use the dry erase marker to trace it.
Okay. Excellent. So it's reusable.
And over again.
You should make it that way. That means they have to buy more than one. Lowercase and capital. And then freestyle letters.
Yep.
You just
Practice on
Yeah,
their
just
own
practice on your own.
without the tracing.
okay. And then alphabet letter mat. And these are okay. You have to put them in the order, or
Yeah, I didn't put it in order because you can do that when you get the book.
I was like,
that's too much work. It's too much work.
Right. I was actually looking like for a word. Like, is it a word search type thing? You know.
It could be though, right?
Yeah, not on this one.
C-A-N, right?
That's a D.
That's a D.
That's a D. Look
That's
like
the
an A.
Because this is up.
These are all capital.
All capital. Okay.
Okay. Excellent. And same thing, lowercase. That's a butt. Why you got a butt up there?
That's a boob.
That's not saggy boobs.
Exactly.
Or a W.
Just put two periods on it. And
So do you have those kids in your class? I'm like, ew, that's a butt.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Really?
She said boo.
But now they curse.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
They're over moving butt now.
Oh, she's like, that's old school.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so this one is just for letters. Excellent.
Hence you call it the letter book.
Letter book.
Okay.
And then this one is
Numbers.
Awesome. Dry erase. 10 frame counting.
why do you have to frame it?
Yes.
So it's like you just put this up there and then you put one and you put one. It just helps them organize it.
Organized.
So you have to have organized counting,
Mm-hmm.
not disorganized counting.
No. Keep your numbers in order.
Excellent. Yeah. Number match right there. And let's count. We're counting.
The bear, so this has 3.
Oh, that's cool. So the answer is under.
Yep.
Very cool.
Okay. Look at you being all
And then I
creative.
guess you can also take them off and they can count them and match them to which one they go with as well. That's clever. And you made these? Look at you. Did you draw the little bears and everything?
No, you have to buy the
Okay. And then number order,
Mhm.
and then number words. I think that's something that most people don't consider, is teaching the numbers and the words when they do the same thing. And their numbers. Okay. Excellent, excellent. What other books do you have in the works?
I have colors,
Okay.
shapes. What are my color shapes?
Sorry, I didn't know you weren't smart enough and needed to see it all. Okay.
Color shapes and then like a sight word book.
Got it. What inspired you to do this? Because like we were talking about before, you know, it's a digital age and there's an app for everything. What was your inspiration?
When I work with special needs kids, they need stuff to do to keep them busy. And technology is not always the best option for them. So parents like take these to the restaurant with them, in the car, on the airplane.
Right.
It just gives them something to do to manipulate their hands.
Definitely, definitely. Because if not, they throw mashed potatoes across the table at the restaurant.
Slamming iPads down, so this is like, you know, if you throw this, it's fine.
Who you throwing that book at? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Lawsuit waiting to happen.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
So multisensory is your game.
Mm-hmm.
You help young and old, or just young?
Yeah.
Okay. Young people learn,
Yep.
which means you must be patient.
I am, to a certain extent.
Until I'm not.
She was like, I'm gonna count to 10. She's like, I'm gonna count to 3.
Yeah.
I got 3.
So do you see yourself doing this 5, 10, 15 years from now?
Yeah, so the goal is I want a special needs gym. So I want to start off with a sensory room for kids, tutoring, doing activities. And then I want a gym because there's no place for special needs kids to go and work out and just be active.
Right.
That's what I want.
Right.
Like,
Why are you saying that Planet Fitness discriminates against?
there's nothing for them to do there.
Mm-hmm. They can lick the windows.
Wow, he said that.
That's literally so sad.
Look at his face.
I've
It's
seen it
like-
done though.
No,
So I can
they
just
need a
only
place
go by
that's
what
for
I
them.
see.
They need
A
their
place
own
for them, their own
Yes.
place.
Have you ever done any work with the Special Olympics?
No.
They're phenomenal. I did an aqua Zumba with them for the Polar Bear Club. Dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. I've done a lot of stupid stuff. but it
Ran
was
naked into the
adventurous.
ocean. In
We
0-degree
were
weather.
not naked, so we had on swimwear. It was a Chesapeake Bay, and it was in January. So the temperature is probably about 14, and literally hundreds. We paid money to run into the Chesapeake Bay, and I could only do one song. Like it wasn't meant to be an entire 1-hour class, but Zumba has an aqua class to it, so. We ran out and I took pictures with like the 4 or 5 people that actually made it through the whole thing. But for me it was horrid because I had to be in it
Yeah.
in order to lead. And I was like, y'all better win every medal. Every kid better get a t-shirt. Everybody. I mean, it was cool, but they do a lot of cool things. And I think that would be a great avenue
It's
to.
not cool.
What do you mean not cool?
It's not. Nobody does that.
We did it to raise money for junior or for Special Olympics.
Aren't there other things you can do to raise money that are not as death-defying?
Yeah, we didn't want to do that stuff.
No, okay.
It had to be.
People walk away with pneumonia.
It had to be unique. It had to
Frostbite.
be- Oh, we
Next
had
thing you
medics on
know,
site, like that.
chopping off legs and stuff.
Yeah,
and-
again, this was all of 5 minutes. Nobody spent the entire day splashing around building
Sometimes that's all it
sandcastles.
takes.
No one invited you, so you had nothing to worry
Exactly, because
about.
I'm sane. I don't do crazy things.
But again, for the love of children, some of us will go to extreme measures.
Now I'll go to your sensory gym. Can I?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can look with the windows.
Yeah, that's his role, right? You do that on patrol. Hey, get your face off. Back up.
But I guess that'll be like years from now. You know.
Why?
I mean,
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. There are places that will invite you in, and you bring in the activity to them. And once you've done that enough and built up the reputation, then when you open the Grandiose, you've already got your flock of folks ready to come in.
I'll get you an investor.
as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I
You know I do coaching, so that's what I got to
need. That's what I need.
You get you a sugar daddy.
I had one of those, but
Okay.
I had to cut them off.
See, you did it too soon.
They asked for too much.
Yeah, ask for 2
It
months.
depends upon what they're giving you in exchange.
You know, we could go out to eat and just put money in my cash app. That's it.
You gotta do more than that.
No, not doing all that.
Okay, well, it doesn't
Maybe
work.
ask.
It doesn't work
I
that
know,
way.
then they get all in their feelings, get crazy. And...
Exactly. They doing it for a
But
reason.
you signed up for this. I told you what it was.
They figured they could change your mind,
No,
especially after you
it's
see the
dinner
money rolling in.
and cash app. Period.
She said dinner and cash out.
That's it.
It's like the same,
We
what's
got
that
it.
movie Julia Roberts was in?
Oh, $4 million.
where-
Be with my wife for one
no,
night.
not that one. It's the one where she had on a red dress and she was like all street and stuff, and he dressed her up, and I can't even think of the other guy that was Pretty Woman.
Oh yeah.
Pretty
Okay.
Woman. She
I
was
don't remember it.
she was a prostitute, but
Mhm.
he instead of
Yeah.
doing that, he just wined her and dined her to treat her nice and
Mhm.
everything else.
Escort girl.
Was she an escort?
Not really.
No, she wasn't.
Okay.
But that was the whole point. Like
Yeah.
everything that a
Can you
prostitute
take
would do,
somebody-
she did
Well,
not
that's
do
what I
any of
need.
that.
Can you take
She
somebody
just-
from the street and
and dress them up?
make them a housewife?
When they say put lipstick on the pig,
Mm.
they did in the Bible.
Put lipstick on a pig. And then he
No.
jumped over the cliff.
No, he had the
When the Legion jumped in him.
Was that the prostitute?
I don't know.
And he told her to marry him.
Somebody got stoned.
No, somebody actually had to marry a prostitute. And, I'm gonna look it up.
Why? Because the brother died? Because
No.
you're supposed to do that.
No,
The brother
not
died
at
and
all.
then the other brother got married.
Nope, nope. But some way, somehow, she ended up being a very important part of the biblical history. But I'll have to look it up. Look at her, look at her. I have to look it up. Let me tell you, all of my life goes back to something. I believe that if it happened in the Bible, it happened today. If it happened today, it happened in some way, shape, form, fashion in the
And if it
Bible.
happened in the movies. It
All of
happened.
it.
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
If you can think it, believe it. It
Our
shall
creativity all stems from something and
Mhm.
somewhere. From our sensory experiences. You like how I did that?
happen. Talk to us about your radio broadcast. The name of it is
I sense
Why I Sense.
because I'm
I said
sensory.
so. No.
I'm sensory, so you know, I and then you senses. It was gonna be you sense, but then I was like, no.
But did it make sense?
Yeah, so I was like, no, I sense. And that's my business name anyway, so might as well just stick with the same name.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't want to give parents tips on how they can utilize sensory in their home.
Mhm.
Hmm. So you're serious about this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We played that game where I made goop one time.
Oh yeah.
With goop, with liquid, starch, Elmer's glue. We had a little bit of food coloring just to give it some color. Is that the only thing going there? I think
Yeah.
that's just it.
Yeah.
Some spit.
And by the end, it has a lot more in it than what
Yeah.
you started out with. But it was really cool, and it was,
You know what you do with it?
it's sensory. It's literally, it's something
It
that
just
you do with
feels good.
kids, and it's like a stress reliever.
Mm-hmm.
And they just take it, and it doesn't stick or anything. It just
No,
like,
just play with it.
It's like doo-doo.
no, doo-doo sticks.
It does?
It does.
Oh.
When I taught first grade, I had a kid that did that.
Mm-hmm.
The dude
Yeah.
all over the walls. In the
Mhm.
classroom. We had to evacuate.
I had the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I had a piece of investment property, and that's what they did. They took feces and painted the wall, like hand paint. You know how you put paint on your hands?
A
and
grown
whatever?
person did that?
I don't know who did it, but it was all over the walls.
I mean, I'm talking about a kid. Like, that's like
I-
a grown adult.
However, it worked out. All I
I
know
caught a
is
kid
that
in
there
the
was doo-doo on
bathroom.
the
He
walls.
did it. He had made boo balls
It's
Mhm.
just crazy.
and lined them up on the sink and had your pictures on top of everything. So
It's just crazy. I don't understand it.
Well, you got nothing else to play with.
did that stop?
It's right
Yeah,
there.
you said it cannot record out of nowhere.
It just stopped.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
That's okay.
Mhm. But if you have nothing else to play with, that's what you play with. You go what you know. Just like when I was in Africa, they had the doo-doo huts, where they literally made houses.
No, they did not.
Yeah, they
Dead
do.
serious. Dead serious.
Not just using mud.
No.
Mud will wash away.
Right.
Fecal matter hardens like brick, and
Right.
add straw and stuff like
And
that.
sticks
to
and
it.
stuff and leaves and that
So
kind
it
of thing.
stank.
It
Oh,
did
yeah.
when it rained. When it didn't rain, it didn't stink. But they're used to the smell. Mind you,
That's
this
good
is,
for you.
but this is all they had to work with. These were their natural
And
resources.
they were born into that.
Right.
We
So their
adjust to
bodies
our-
are able to acclimate
That's
accordingly,
true.
because that's what I've lived in my entire life type of thing. So they would take from their cows and cattle and stuff like that.
I thought it was like, okay,
It
that's
wasn't
it. Okay,
human.
okay.
No.
Let me quick.
Junior, come here, boy. I need to make an extension on the room. You have to go.
And I'm like, what? Okay, that makes sense.
It's with their animals.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that's okay.
Because I was just like, well.
Play with the
that's a
animals' poop.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Afghanistan and they didn't, in some remote villages and areas, they just go like in a hole in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And when it gets really hot and the weather and stuff like that goes,
Mm-hmm.
you can actually see the smog. It's clouds of fecal matter
I know.
in the air.
Mhm. Yeah.
Next
crazy.
level. And everybody's like, oh, you know, they let the women wear that. I ain't even trying to smell nothing. Like, everybody is garbed up to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Not just religious purposes only.
They can tune into your broadcast,
Sundays at 7:30 Eastern Time.
PM.
Yeah.
Excellent. Family, you're tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRBmedia.
The voice of the community.
I think this may be full,
Nope. It's
or
not.
something's wrong. It says cannot record right in the middle, so this stopped.